Mm, I'm having one of those days. One of those days where I thought that I was going to be so organized, so on top of everything, had my whole day planned out. But the universe has other ideas. You know when that happens and it's like, trying to be zen, trying to stay calm. But inside there is a place called rage that I need to extinguish. But I had planned to do quite a fancy role play today. And in fact, I had expected one of the props for the role play to arrive yesterday, and it didn't. It arrived this morning, so that was late. Actually, I will show you the prop, and maybe you can guess what the role play might be from the prop. It's a bit scary, isn't it? A bit spooky. And as most of you know, I don't invite requests on my channel. I do as I please, but of course I can't help notice certain things that are said in the comments. And the roleplay that I'll be doing is something that is very highly requested all the time, so I guess I shall relent on this occasion. But I don't really know anything about the character, so I'll just make it up as I go along. I think that'll be better. So that was that. That was me relying on other people's schedule, which didn't happen, so that was late. And now today again, I'm waiting for a courier to deliver something to me. So I don't want to get dressed up and put on wigs and other stuff, only for then the doorbell to go and for me to have to run down looking rather unusual. Not that I really care about that kind of thing, but it's just not the day for that today. So I'm just kind of stuck in limbo. And because I was prepared to do one thing and I can't, it's just left me, a little bit uninspired. So that's why I kind of thought, I'm just going to have my coffee and chill out with you guys. So hi. Well, I'm not really used to talking in the camera one-on-one, so you have to sort of allow me to get used to that. Coffee time, it's that magic time of the day, isn't it? And this is actually a coffee that I purchased at a shop. It's an oat milk latte, for your information. But I poured it into my pretty little Starbucks mug. One of my obsessions is Starbucks accessories and mugs and flasks. And I don't even really buy their coffee or their sort of food, things like that they sell. But some reason I love the ambience of Starbucks. I love the kind of jazz music that they play, that kind of shopping mall jazz, very generic, very sort of middle of the road, and a little bit of soul, and it's just something homely when you walk in there, isn't there? They know what they're doing, they've got it just right, they've got it just down pat. So when I buy their flasks and mugs and things like that, it just kind of makes me feel homely, which I think in the States means something different to what it means here. But, oh yeah, talking about locations, so as most of you know, I live in London, and I love London very, very much. I don't want to live anywhere else, I really don't. But I am considering moving away for a year, probably around a year. And one of the reasons is actually so that I can devote more time to making videos. Not necessarily just for YouTube, but I have space here. I live alone in London, and I do have space to live in, but this is the only space that I can film in because everywhere else is so loud. There's so much sound from the outside world and around me coming through. Sometimes you can sense it from this room as well, but most of the time I'm able to block out most of the sound. But it is a very small room, and it's not a pleasant room to be in at all. And whenever there's any kind of extreme weather condition going on, do you know what I mean? It always seems to be really, really boiling hot. Like a couple of weeks ago, there's no way I could film in here. As soon as the lights go on, it's just murder. So I couldn't film in here then, and in a couple of months it'll be too cold. and I'll be wishing there were more lights in here. You know, it's always one or the other, and I'm so much at the mercy of lots of environmental factors in here that I can't help. So I want to have a more spacious room, soundproof room to record in. And see, there is exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know if you can hear that in the background. The microphone usually picks up things that I don't hear myself, but there's someone in a garden beyond me doing something with some kind of, what is it, a chainsaw? Sounds like a chainsaw, probably doing something in the garden or some repairs. So you're just at the mercy of that all the time. And when you see some of my videos, which are maybe 15 or 20 minutes, you have no idea how much footage goes into really, really short videos, because you have to trim all of that out. And then people complain that there's like jump cuts and editing and bits missing. It's really, I mean, other creators know. They just know. They get it. But everyone else is sometimes a little unsympathetic towards the glitches that you have to suffer at other people's hands when you're recording videos, but it's all good. It's my choice to do it. So, moving out of London, nothing's confirmed yet, but I only want to be UK based, and I want to live somewhere beautiful. And there were 3 or 4 locations that I've been looking at, but I think my favorite, just for a year, or maybe even less, is Edinburgh in Scotland. And I guess I've been 4 or 5 times during my life. Not a great deal of time has been spent there, but it is really gorgeous. It speaks to my soul. I love Scottish people. The accents are it's my favorite accent in the whole world. And Edinburgh is just gorgeous, and I'm talking about the old city centre, the main. I would only want to live right in the centre of things. I used to think that I wanted to live in the middle of nowhere, somewhere rural in a big rambling house, but I've been to a few of those and they're really boring. And I'm used to living on a very busy parade here in London, which I didn't think I would ever grow to love, but I do love it. I love having a sanctuary within that space that's calm and quiet and mine, but I like to know that just outside there's these kind of buzzing, popping streets. So I would need that if I moved to Edinburgh. So I know that I have a few Scottish viewers out there. I remember someone from Glasgow. I don't know, have any of you lived in Edinburgh? What do you think? And don't hold me to this, I don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm just looking at different ideas for next year. I want to try something different, and I like to move around a little here and there when the impulse takes me, when it drives me. So what do you think of my new sunglasses? They are by Saint Laurent, and you can't really see under this lighting, but they have really intense glitter, like multicolored glitter in the frames. And when the light really shines directly on it, it pops and fizzes at you, usually when it's in really bright, direct sunlight, which I like. I think they call people who love glitter and sparkles magpies, and I'm definitely one of those. I always loved glittery, shiny things. So buy me diamonds, lots of diamonds and rubies and emeralds and sapphires. I think they were probably one of my first loves. Emeralds, rubies, diamonds, sapphires. I like them. That person out there is still making that sound, so actually I'm so pleased that I didn't get all dressed up and start trying to make that video, because I would have been here ripping my wig out, cursing at whoever that is outside. So I'm glad. Okay, that's one good thing. That's one good thing. So guys, I'm thinking about doing a whispered Q&A. Lots of you have asked me to do that. I did do Q&As in the early days of my channel, but I ended up deleting quite a few of my early videos just because I was getting into the swing of things and not really knowing what I want to put out there. And I still don't know what I want to put out there. And I know that nearly all of my videos have been ASMR videos, but please do note that this is not going to be exclusively ASMR. And I know a lot of people get their knickers in a twist about that. They're like, unsub, I didn't sub for this. So as we all know, I'm a little bit salty. And I want to remind everyone out there that I've never asked a single one of you to subscribe to my channel, to like a comment, to rate or subscribe, or anything. And I've never promoted my channel anywhere. I just make my videos and do my thing. If you want to come along for the ride, that's fine. But I don't owe you anything, and you don't owe me anything, okay? Who knows where I'm going to go in the future? The title of my channel is not River ASMR, it's River. So I will do whatever the hell I want to do, and put out whichever videos call to me that day, that week, that month. And I want to play. And one of the reasons that I've been doing so many ASMR videos is because of the space that I'm in. They're obviously quieter to do, although they have their own challenges. Different kinds of videos have other challenges. So I think a lot will change if I manage to move to a different space at the beginning of next year. And I'll probably do, well, I want to kind of keep my cards to myself, but I want to branch out into other areas here and there. But I am enjoying the ASMR community. I'm not one of these people that likes to be part of a community. But I've started having a little more fun here and there in the comments, which I didn't think I'd really get involved in before. But familiar names pop up here and there, so you can have a joke, a bit of banter. So yeah, if you have some questions for me, you can leave them below. But do bear in mind that I won't be answering all of them. I'll only be answering a little handful of ones that I think might be interesting. So, don't take things personal if I don't get back to you or if I ignore your question. I ignore things all the time. And it's not that I'm so much a cagey person, like my friends know everything about me, I'm a very open book, but I'm not sure what is really useful information for being out there. So, there are certain questions, I don't care what you ask me, it's absolutely fine, but just don't expect me to answer, okay? Because I don't know what I want to share with you. Don't harp on about it. You'll probably be more likely to get an answer if it's a kind of abstract question. If you're asking specific data about my life and this, that, and the fourth, I'll probably pass. And I'm sure I'm going to get questions about my voice, my accent, my history. All you need to know is that I've moved around a little, okay? And I have lots of influences from all over the place, so that's why I'm a little bit higgledy-piggledy myself. And I'm getting a lot of flirtatious comments lately, which I'm living for. I'm a very flirtatious person. But I know some of you are wanting me to reply and respond, but darlings, I don't know, you could be like some 8-year-old child typing away at me, so, I'm not going to be getting into any of that with people who don't have their own videos on YouTube, Actually, that's one thing I've learned. It makes any kind of correspondence a lot more fun if you can see people's videos on their channel page. When they comment on you, you can go be nosy, see what they're all about. It really helps put a face to the name and a personality to the name. So sometimes when I don't respond to comments, because I don't know who I'm talking to, and I'm just naturally very cynical, and I know there's a hell of a lot of fake profiles out there. And it's one thing, I look around at other creators talking to these people, and I can tell that they're just judging them by their profile picture and the way that they're behaving, but so many of your profiles are using other people's pictures, you're pretending to be other ages, other genders. So even when I'm talking to someone who seems perfectly sane, perfectly nice, and perfectly reasonable, I will always be assuming in the back of my head that they could be a complete freak, because I'm not gullible and I'm not stupid, so I don't entertain that shit. Don't play a player, honey. So I'm going to go off, finish my coffee. And I've got a project to get on with, and then I've got some real work to do. And I will talk to you guys again very soon. Leave your questions below if you have one that's just begging to be answered. And until then, bite the peach and taste the honey.